also stipulate such, my lord. We read it on record in terms of what conviction was it.
Manje ke icala leli lakwaNongoma ke kwakuyimaphi amacala ababethweswa wona ke lapho abantu babeboshelwe lelo cala kwakubulala ikhona futhi ke neibham na futhi ke uma ke selahlwa ke icala kukhulunywa ngako lokho sasikufundile ke khona la enkantolo noma sakhuluma ngako la enkantolo.
Now earlier, and I believe it was under the cross-examination by my learned colleague, Advocate Mugomezulu, he produced Exhibit VV, that is a screenshot of the case administration system of the police. And I remember you even queried how that was sought and established and found, because that was not proper disclosure. Remember that Exhibit VV?
I do remember the screenshot, my lord.
Uyakhumbula ke uMr Mgomezulu ekhipha lana ke izibiti uVV indlela ke noma ke yasemaphoyiseni leso screenshot yebo ngiyakhumbula eveza lokho.
And that Exhibit VV is the Nongoma CAS 16310 of 2018. And I was trying to borrow from my learned colleague so that we can use that, because my instructions are that this 16310 of 2018 related to a possession of firearm regarding Qiniselani Buthelezi, and he was the sole accused person in that matter. There's no matter charges related to that docket 16310 of 2018.
No, but my lord, we read the conviction document certified by the High Court in Pietermaritzburg, and there is a murder conviction there.
Futhi ke lelo noma ke icala leli ke lakwaNongoma 16310 of 2018 lamayelana ke nokutholakala nesibhamu akukho la ukhuluma khona ke ngokubulala, kodwa ke kosenkantolo lana kule nkantolo safunda ke isinqumo senkantolo ke noma inkantolo ephakeme yase Pietermaritzburg kuyakhulunywa ke lapho noma lavela ke icala lokubulala.
And the accused in that matter, my lord, the convict rather, was convicted on a number of charges, not just possession of a firearm in murder. There's a couple of ammunition, but it was a number of charges that he was convicted for.
Nokuthi ke lowo owalahlwa icala ke noma lowo owayemsolwa ke lapho akusilona nje kuphela ke icala lo lesibhamu noma leibhamu noma elokubulala, amacala amaningi ke alahlwa yiwona enkantolo.
I've asked my learned colleague to give you his docket so that you can read Exhibit VV on record regarding the nature of the charge and the person that was convicted therein.
Yes, I can see this, my lord.
Ngiyakubona ke lokhu engikunikwayo.
This screenshot, my lord, only relates to a guilty conviction of 15 years, and it's a screenshot. Now, I don't even know the authenticity of this document. This is why I had reservation in terms of how it was. I even went to an extent to say to Mr. Mgomezulu, if such is requested from us, we will make sure that we provide it to the defense freely and voluntarily, because they're entitled to it. The document that I obtained, that is in the docket, my lord, that is certified by the High Court, which is authentic, because I confirmed with the IO and the prosecutor that was dealing with that matter. The sentences for the conviction are much higher than 15 years, and it's a number of charges, my lord. If that needs to be confirmed, I can try and get that document again, and then we can deal with it on Monday. So because I left to speak to Sergeant Mukhani.
Wasn't it tendered in?
Yes.
It was, right?
Yes,
I saw it, and then, as I recall, that gentleman, although he was the only one convicted for that offense, you, as you said, your cold case investigations determined that there were other accused
Indeed, my
who
lord.
had to be arrested in respect of that very conviction.
Indeed.
That's how I recall it anyway.
Lana ke screenshot lesi.
That is correct, my lord.
Esikhuluma ke ngo-15 years kuphela ke ingakho bengishilo ke ukuthi angazi noma ukuthi qhamuka kuphi ke lokho, kodwa mina ke enginakho ke khuluma ke ngamacala amaningi ke kanye futhi ke manje benkantolo isho ke ukuthi noma nanoma njena kulona kuphela owalahla icala kodwa-ke babekhona-ke nabanye abasolwa kulelo cala futhi-ke isigwebo iminyaka-ke ayithola-ke labo miningi ngaphezu kwalo 15 years obhaliwe laphayana. Uma kuwukuthi-ke abameli bayafuna-ke singabatholela-ke leyo mininingwane leyo ngoba ngakhuluma naye-ke owayiphenya lelo cala kanye nomshushisi wenkantolo ephakeme yase-Pietermaritzburg.
My Lord,
Yeah.
let me proceed whilst
No, fine.
the relevant exhibit is being obtained.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And now you also mentioned, Brigadier, that a certain Simpiwe, I think Buthelezi, made a statement implicating accused number 2 in particular. Is that correct?
Yes, but so yes, that's correct. But the correct context is that insofar as the Wanongoma case. Yes, that's what I've said. my lord.
Ukhulumile-ke noSimphiwe Buthelezi usho-ke ukuthi-ke naye-ke esho ukuthi-ke umsolo wesibili-ke naye-ke wembandakanyeka yebo kodwa-ke angikusho ukuthi lokho ekhuluma ngayo-ke ngecala lakwaNongoma.
And it is the same Sipho Buthelezi, my lord, that I said also implicated accused 3 and 4 insofar as this case is concerned when I took a statement. But if you go to the statement that he made to Wanongoma case, he says a lot and he also covers this matter. So I don't want to be ahead of your questions.
Futhi-ke uyena-ke lo Simphiwe Buthelezi engikhulumile ngaye ngaphambilini-ke ngithi-ke yena-ke efaka-ke umsolo wesithathu kanye nowesine kulona-ke le cala leli kodwa-ke futhi-ke uma-ke kwistatement sakhe asenzile-ke kulela icala lakwaNongoma uningi-ke akushilo-ke lapho ekhuluma nangalo le cala leli.
When did Simpiwe Buthelezi make a statement? Let's start first in the Nongoma case 16310 of 2018, implicating the involvement of accused number 2.
My lord, it was taken by Sergeant Mohana. Again, I left to, because I gave that docket afterwards for him to carry on with the investigation of all other dockets. So that is a date I can get for you or get a copy
Yes.
for you on Monday.
Yes.
But it was commissioned by Sergeant Mohane. And I think it was around that time, either before he was arrested, but around that time, just around the time of June 2020, my recollection, I just don't recall the exact date, my lord.
Kungafanele ngiyobheka-ke ukuthi-ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi lona-ke usho nini-ke noma ukhuluma nini-ke la afaka khona umsolo wesibili nanjengoba bengishilo ukuthi-ke idokodo lelo engalidlulisela kuyena-ke uSergeant Mohane kuzofanele ngiyobheka-ke kodwa kusona nje leso sikhathi eduze-ke sokuthi nokuboshwa kwakhe ngayo uJune 2020.
And the statement regarding what you say, he implicated the other accused persons now on 16310 of 2014, the Phosphorus matter.
Yes, that one is here, my lord. So I'll just have to find the correct index and see when it was commissioned. It was taken by me, so I'll just have to find it, my lord. The court can bear with me. This one in Sophia's docket 636 of 10/2014, my lord, it was commissioned on the 4th of July 2020, 04 July 2020. It was
Yes.
commissioned by me, my lord.
2020.
Yes.
Kule statement-ke le uthi kusona-ke la uthi khona-ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi-ke ukhuluma ngabanye abasolwa-ke mayelana naleli cala 63610 of 2014 kwakungeyi-4 zika-July 2020 futhi yimina-ke umuntu owayesikomishini.
And that Simpiwe Buthelezi, is he still alive or is he a deceased person? Do you know?
I know he's deceased. It was brought up here by Mr. Mgomezulu during the cross-examination, my lord. But I can confirm that he is deceased indeed.
Ngiyazi-ke ukuthi uSimphiwe Buthelezi usewashona-ke into leyo-ke eyaqinisekiswa-ke uyena-ke uMr Mgomezulu kodwa nami-ke ngakusho-ke ukuthi-ke akasekho emhlabeni.
Now, accused number 2 will should the need arise, tell this court that he does not know this Simpiwe Buthelezi. He does not know Qiniselani Buthelezi. He does not even know the Constable Zungu that testified in this case.
No, but he'll be misleading, my lord. If you look at his confession that he made to the magistrate, he mentions that as they were moving at some stage with one Polo Vivo, and I can quote it verbatim if you want us to go there, they met another Polo Vivo and Simpiwe. He mentions the name Simpiwe. Spoke to some of the accused. He mentioned him by name in that, and I can get to it quickly if you want.
Now we'll go to that. I'm just putting the version.
Umsolo wesibili ke uma ithuba likhona ke noma ibanjidiko sikhona ke uzosho ke ukuthi ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi Qiniselani Buthelezi kanye naye ke uConstable Zungu owethula ubufakazi lana kwenkantolo akabazi. Uma esho lokho ke kuzoba ke ukuthi ke uyakhohlisa ke lapho ngoba ke kwistatement sakhe ke asenza ke lesi asenza phambi kwayo ke imantshi uyasho ukuthi ke babehamba ngePolo Vivo base behlangana nenye iPolo Vivo uzambize ngegama ke futhi athi uSimphiwe wakhuluma nabanye babasola.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to make one correction. I took an instruction during the short adjournment. Accused number 2 will say he knows Gwabeni, but he didn't know him as Sfiso Zungu. He does not know the name Sfiso. He only knows him as Gwabeni. And earlier on, I put a proposition to you that he doesn't know him.
No, I understood, my lord.
Ngifuna nje ukuthi ke ngilungise lokho ke ngikhulumile nomsolwa ke ukuthi ke uyamazi ke uGwabeni ebengazi ke ukuthi ke igama lakhe uSifiso Zungu. Mina ke njengommeli wakhe ngithe kwena ke akamazi kodwa yena ke uthi uyamazi uGwabeni.
And mention was made. I don't believe you did. You may have, but particularly Sergeant Mohani, that also at Fosteras, accused number 2 had a matter of possession or dealing in drugs, a 534 docket, I don't know the rest of the case number, that was raised together with when we raised issue about the 163 matter, that they be brought to court. And we were informed that that docket was taken to, I believe, the DPP for decision or the SPP, and it had never returned. Do you know anything about that?
I know insofar as that part is concerned, my lord, but so I know the part that it was taken and it never returned, because I inquired when I was given a directive by the state advocate to bring the phosphorus, the Nongoma docket together with this docket. It's part of the instruction I was given to collect. Now, I am aware that the second docket of phosphorus, which has to do with drugs, is drug related, was taken and it seems it's missing, my lord, because it's nowhere to be found. That is insofar as I know. And I do know that on that specific day, based on what I was briefed by Sergeant Mohani, not that I laid that evidence, that one, it was to place him on this matter, this is Nongoma case, as in transit, so that he gets transferred, but also add him on this case of the drugs. But that's the briefing I got, so I'm aware insofar as what I'm telling this court, my lord.
Kune dokodoke u534 la khona ke ayitheswa icala le dakamizwa ke umsolwa kuthwala loqala so le dokodoke la hanjiswa ke ukuthi ke abashushisi bathatha isinqumo kodwa ke alibuyanga ke yebo ngiyakwazi ke lokho uma kufika ke lapho ke ukuthi ke impela ke idokotela la hanjiswa ke kodwa ke ukuthi libuye alibuyanga nangenkathi ke senbriefwa ke uyena ke uSergeant Mohani futhi ke nomshushisi ke engicela ukuthi manje sekufanele ke lelo dokotelelo lihlanganiswe ke naleli la kwaNongoma ngiyazi ke mayelana nalokho ukuthi alikaze libuye.
Yes.
Now, as stated, accused number 2 will state that he has never resided in the Fosteras area. He was first residing from 2009 to 2016 in Carltonville, where he worked at Sibanye. Thereafter, from 2017 onwards, he worked in Rustenburg, where he worked until he was arrested. So he does not know anything about that drugs case, the 534 that was mentioned by Mohani, and he denies any involvement and any knowledge of that matter.
My lord, like I said, that Sergeant Mohani, I think, will be in a better position to deal with that aspect, my lord.
Umsolo wesibili ke akushoyo ukuthi ke akakaze ahlale eFosteras akazi lutho ke mayelana nalelo cala ke lokuthi ke wathola ke neyidakamizwa lelo lase eFosteras nokuthi kusuka ngayo ke u2009 kwayofika ke ngo2016 wayehlala eCarltonville ukusuka ke ngo2017 kwayofika ke ngesikhathi la aboshwa khona ke wayehlala eRustenburg akazi lutho ke ngalokho lokho ke ungafanele ke noma ke umuntu osengaphendla kangcono ke lapho uyena uSergeant Mukhari.
And as stated regarding the Nongoma case 16310 of 2014, he says for the first time he heard about that matter was here in this court.
163/10/2018.
163 of 10/2018, the Nongoma case. He heard for the first time about that matter here when Sergeant Mohane testified about it. He does not have any knowledge thereof and he denies any involvement regarding that matter.
My lord, like I said, I was not there when he was approached. All I can confirm is that the processing position when he was detained at Victoria North, he was processed under Nongoma 163 of 10/2018 accordingly, because you can't just keep a person without indicating what is he detained for. The case that is reflecting there, it's Nongoma 163 of 10/2018, when he was given the notice of rights where he signed for receiving such nights, because the deponent signed and that signature looks similar to the ones that are attached on the confession. He signed, and the case that is reflected there, it's still Nongoma case 163 of 10/2018, my lord.
Msolo wesibili ke uthi ke malana ke necala leli ke lakwaNongoma u16310 of 2018 akazi lutho ke ngalelo cala akakazeke athweswe lelo cala lelo noma ke aboshelwe lona ke engikwaziyo ke mina ukuthi ke eVictoria North uma ngabe ke umsolo wakhe waye lapho nokuthi futhi ke ebhalwa ke noma ke eprocesswa ke kuzona incwadi ke zalapho naye ke futhi esayina noma ke isignature ke elapho efanayo ke naleya ekuyona ke iconfession ila asayina khona ke futhi esayina ke futhi kubhale lona icala leliya lakwaNongoma u16310 of 2018.
And you had stated that when you approached Colonel Zungu, he told you that, or you had knowledge that his name was coming up, that he was present at the Basotho hostel on the 26th of 10/2014, correct?
Yes, but I suppose you mean Constable Zungu, I understand you.
Constable Zungu, yes.
Yes, absolutely, that's correct, my lord.
Uma ngabe usuyohlangana naye ke noma ukhuluma naye ke uConstable Zungu nanjengoba ushilo ke noma ke ushilo ke ukuthi wasomtshela ukuthi ke manje igama lakhe liyavela ke nanjengomuntu owayekhona ke nge26 ka October 2014 eBasotho hostel, yebo.
And the persons that informed you that Constable Zungu was present at Basotho hostel, did they tell you that whether or not he was involved, or simply what did they tell you?
No, what I know, my lord, specifically the two statements, Makosonke and Sifiso, they didn't implicate him, except to say he was present. It was not only him. There were a lot of sort of like homeboys. It was a day where they do this traditional dancing. My understanding of what was happening on that day, my lord.
uMakhosonke kanye naye ke uSifiso babekusho ke noma bengitshela kona ke ukuthi nje wayekhona ke ngalelo langa lapho uConstable Zungu noma kwakuhlangene ke abafana ke babuya khona ke emakhaya ukuthi ke kwaku usinwa ke noma ke kucula ingoma ke ngalelo langa lelo babengathi wayeyingcenye ke yalokho kwenze kodwa babengitshela nje ukuthi wayekhona.
All right, Brigadier. Now let's move on to a different aspect altogether, which is now you have done your investigations. Accused 2 is in custody. Come October, you then approach the court in Boksburg, I believe, and you apply for a J50 warrant for him and the other accused persons before court, right?
Correct, my lord.
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi manje kuphenyiswe lenziwe ke ngase ngiya ke enkantolo noma kwango October ke ngaye enkantolo ngiyokwenza ke isicelo ke salencwadi ke phecelezi bathi iJ50 noma ke incwadi egunyazisa ukuboshwa kwakhe umsola kanye nabanye ke abaphambi kwenkantolo.
Yes, but the proper sequence of how we got there, my lord. First, the memorandum was prepared, then it was directed to the DPP to say this is the evidence, this is now prior to the court and the applications of the warrants. And then we, after the presentation, then an indictment, an instruction from the DPP came to say the following people must be indicted, and that is accused number 1 up to 5. Subsequent to that directive, that indictment, my lord, that's when I applied. So the first directive to say accused 1 to 5 must be charged and must come and account for this offense came from the DPP.
Okwenzeka-ke kodwa-ke okwenzeka uma ngizokusho-ke ngokulandelana kwakho ukuthi-ke kwaqale kwabhalwa banencwadi-ke noma mphecelezi-ke lokho kubhalwa ngokuthi-ke i-memorandum eyase indluliselwa-ke kulabo abaphethe abashushisi ihhovisi labo i-DPP. Emuva kwalokho-ke ila manje sekuthathwa isinqumo khona-ke ukuthi naba-ke abasolwa-ke phecelezi-ke indictment ekufanele manje-ke bathweswe amacala futhi babe sebeyavela-ke phambi kwenkantolo. Kwangaphambi lokho kwenzeka phambi kokuthi-ke kulandele incwadi lena-ke manje noma isicelo lesi se-J50.
And in support of the application for the Section 43 warrant, you then deposed to a supporting affidavits indexed A284, I think ABC.
What is the index number?
A284.
284.
Yes.
So if I can tell this, my lord, to get to the index number.
Is that the affidavit that you deposed in support of the respective J50 applications for the accused persons before court?
No. This one, my lord, is dated 2024-0403. My application was made in 2020, so I'm looking at the date stamp. So this would be an application, I think, for some applications of 205s. The application for J50s was made in October 2020. So I see the date here, like the date on the first page is 2024-0403. So it's not the right application, my lord.
Akusona-ke lesi sicelo engikhuluma ngaso ngoba-ke lana istempu-ke idate u-2024-0403 kusho ukuthi ngangenza esinye-ke isicelo lesi isicelo engikhuluma ngaso-ke sencwadi egunyazisa ukuboshwa kwabasolwa kwakungo-October ka-2020.
Sorry, Brigadier, I may have taken the wrong affidavits. I think if you look at your index and assist me if you
All right.
can.
Yes. I think let me try and do
The
it.
affidavits in support of
The J50s.
the J50s.
Yes, let me try and do it. This copy is correct.
Is
Yona
that
ke
the-
copy lena?
Yes,
Yes.
It's one A198. Yes.
And that affidavit, Brigadier, before we go into the contents, was it in respect for the application for all the accused persons J50s?
Yes.
Okay.
I've indicated from accused 1, their names are mentioned, 4.1 up
Okay.
to 4.5.
Amagama ke abhaliwe laba ukuthi ke babu isicelo sokuthi kuboshwe ke abo banika ababhala amagama abhaliwe ku 4.1 kufica ke ku 4.5.
With leave of the court, my lord, because I'm going to ask questions emanating from this A198 from the Brigadier. I beg leave that he reads the contents of the affidavit on record.
Okay, my lord. So it reads as follows, my lord.
How many pages is that?
8 pages.
8.
Yes. 8 pages long.
Wasn't it handed up that? Exhibit what? Mr. Baloi, I recall that document was handed in.
I'm just checking. I know it was read into the report.
It was read into the. It was read by Mr. Gomezu.
Correct, my lord.
My lord, to make it easier so that I can...
No, I'm going to adjourn so that you can read the record. Because I remember Mr. Gomezu read that and actually made submissions that it's unlawful, etc., etc.
Okay.
Yes, it was, my lord. I do.
Hello?
Yes, it was. I agree, my lord.
Yeah.
We've got Exhibit ZZ
Exhibit?
statement by Brigadier Gininda dated 23 October 2020.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes, it's Exhibit ZZ.
Okay, let me adjourn so that you
Yes.
guys
Yes.
read it.
Yeah. Thank you, my lord.
Because
Because I don't think...
they'll be surprised that every time counsel stands up, he reads the same affidavit, then thereafter it's Mr. Nisi, thereafter it's you, etc., etc.
Yeah, even on the day, my lord, I
Hello?
believe when Mr. Gomez Zulu was...
Yeah, maybe you were not
I
here.
was not present. I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
agree.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so how long do you need to read it? Even you, Brigadier.
My
Me,
lord, let me come in because the general consensus, and we had sought to agree with the court later, was that we adjourn at 1 today. Both Mr. Jonas, the Brigadier, and my colleagues, we had agreed that we adjourn at 1 today. Perhaps we could adjourn for the day and come on Monday.
What's the
it's
reason for
already
adjourning
past-
at 1 o'clock?
It's already past 12 now. I'm not sure. It's already 20 past 12.
12.
Yes. So rather than the court comes at 1 and then we adjourn, so we rather adjourn for the day.
Okay, is it by consensus that you adjourn at 1? I mean, yeah, or whatever.
The only dissenting voice always will be the good doctor, my lord.
You want to start cross-examining on that affidavit. That's why I was saying, let me adjourn, you read it. I take it you have read it. Because
No,
the
no, my lord.
Brigadier must have read it also.
I haven't read it, my lord.
Oh, you haven't read it.
I
Okay,
got
fine.
the wrong affidavit
Oh, okay,
in
fine.
support of different applications. I have read these ones, my lord.
So what do you suggest?
Well, Mother, time is becoming of the essence now. We before we adjourn, my lord, we just want to place something on record, but perhaps we can adjourn and let's discuss the way forward regarding this affidavit, and we can then resume afterwards.
What's the time you said?
It's 21 past 12.
And it's you say it's 7 pages,
8 pages.
8 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me adjourn for 10 minutes and then read it and then you'll tell me what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Brother Chief.
So what have you decided?
I think Mr. Ramasipili will address the.
Oh, okay, yes, Mr. Lord.
As the court pleases, my lord, indeed, I've been finished with A198, and indeed it was admitted as an exhibit of this court. That means.
On which day was it admitted, by the way?
It was during the trial within.
Yes, I know. Which day? Just give us the date so that we've got the record also.
Yeah, we'll have to check the record.
But it was not only admitted, it was read.
Yes.
And it's Mr. Mugomezulu who insisted that it should be read.
As the court pleases, my lord, therefore, I would not.
No, you're entitled to cross-examine. All
Yes,
I'm just concerned
yes.
about is anybody who reads this record is going to think we're mad.
Yeah, because
I
it's
mean,
repetition.
it was read.
Yes,
All of it.
yes.
I remember Brigadier Gnina even read who attested blah blah. Mkhan, is it?
Mohola.
Mohola.
Correct, my lord.
Yeah.
Yes, in the light.
You've got the right to cross-examine him, no problem.
Yes, that's correct. I think Advocate Badu wants to.
Yes, sir.
address the court.
Yeah, it's on a different matter, my lord.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. I understand from Mr. Ramasipili that he's going to request that we stand down until Monday.
Yeah.
But just before we stand down, there are just two issues that we want to address.
Yeah, okay, fine. No, I'm all ears.
Yes. Well, the first one, my lord, is Exhibit U.
Triple U.
U that was handed up yesterday. It's the state,
Yeah, because I don't have it.
yeah, statement of Mr. Absalom
Absalom
Mhlahlezi Zungu.
Mhlahlezi Zuma. Triple U, ne? Who attested this?
It was myself. This
Yeah.
one of Mrs. Zungu. It was done by me, my lord.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I've got that now.
I don't know if that copy is legible enough, but there's another copy if that one is not legible enough.
You know what? If you guys have got typists at the DPP.
Yes, we do have
Yeah,
typists.
normally what would happen, because these judges, some of them, not me, are very particular.
Yes.
Ask you, why didn't you type it? And then you attach the, the cursive one onto this. I can't read this.
There is a tab.
Oh yeah, fine, yeah. So if you have a typed version, you can make copies.
Yeah, even
attach
if
them.
the particulars have been
Yeah,
certain particulars omitted, but it is the same.
okay. Yeah, fine, okay.
Affidavit.
Now I can see this. And the state, I mean the defense also, you must give them the one like this.
Yes,
Legible also. Like
They
you
do,
didn't-
they do have it.
They do have it.
Yes.
Oh, mina yang bandulula.
Then earlier on, my lord, Brigadier Gininda was asked about the sentence
Yeah, sentence, okay.
of Qiniselana Buthelezi.
Yeah.
And we have located the relevant portion of the record. It was on the 23rd of January 2024,
Yeah.
page 16,
Right.
and it was during cross-examination by Mr. Mgomezulu.
Mm-hmm.
And the following appears on record from line 11.
Okay.
Cross-examination by Mr. Mgomezulu. We were dealing with the arrest of accused 2 on 16 June 2020 with the murder case of Kwanongoma. So I have perused the docket 163/4/2018, and I have confirmed that Mr. Qiniselane Buthelezi was sentenced. Then Brigadier Gininda responded as follows: correct, my lord. He was actually convicted of 6 counts, my lord. Yesterday, I made a mistake of not taking the B section where the sentence was actually recorded
Yeah.
and also stamped by the High Court of Pietermaritzburg. So he was sentenced on 6 counts, including a murder charge and obvious ammunition and other counts, but they are all listed here and counsel have seen them. Court, no, just mention it because I'm not aware. Then Brigadier Geninda, my lord, he was convicted on count 1, which is a count of murder, read with section 51(1), part 1 of schedule 2 of Act 105 of 1997,
Yes.
and further read with section 258 of Act 51 of 1977, and on that count, the accused was sentenced to undergo life imprisonment. Then count 2, attempted murder, read with section 258 of Act 51 of 1977. The accused was sentenced to undergo 7 years imprisonment. Count 3, contravention of section 3 of the Firearms Control Act 60 of 2000. Unlawful possession of firearm. On that count, the accused was sentenced to undergo 15 years imprisonment. Count 4, contravention of section 90 of the Firearms Control Act 60 of 2000, possession of unlawful ammunition. The accused was sentenced to undergo 2 years imprisonment. Count 11, contravention of section 3 of the Firearms Control Act 60 of 2000, unlawful possession of firearm. The accused was sentenced to undergo 15 years imprisonment. The last count, count 12, contravention of section 41(4)(f) of the Firearms Control Act 60 of 2000, possession of prohibited firearm, to wit, a firearm with serial number erased. The accused was sentenced to undergo 2 years imprisonment.
Yeah.
That was the sentence, my lord. That's the response of Brigadier Geninda.
I vote sorry. Sorry, my lord.
Shaya mapiano na iko.
I forgot it. It goes. George, are you done with your address? Ubephendula ke la umshushisi obekushiwo ke noma bekhulunywa ngaphambilini uMr Ramusipile mayelana ke naso isigwebo uqiniselane asithola ke ejele noma ke asithola uma evela ke enkantolo yase Pietermaritzburg. Washo wathi ufunda ke kwakunge 23 zika January 2024 ku page 16 la ayebuzwa khona ke noma ehlonywa imibuzo uyena uMr Mngomezulu kwaphenduleka ngalendlela ke elandelayo noma uma kufundwa ke ukuthi ke igwebo ayithola ke yena uqiniselane kwakuwamacala ke noma ke walahlwa amacala ayisithupha faka phakathi kwawo ke icala lokubulala. Ubheka ukuthi igwebo ke ayithola ke lapho ezoqala ke kwakuyicala lokubulala la inkantolo ke yamgweba khona ke udilika jele bese kuthi icala lesibili ke kwakuzama ukubulala la inkantolo yamnikeza khona ke iminyaka eyisikhombisa phakathi ejele bese kuthi icala lesithathu ilona ke eliphathelene nazo ibhamu la khona ke inkantolo yase imgweba ke iminyaka ewu15 ngaphakathi ejele. Elesine lona ke icala nalo ke futhi laliphathelene nazo ke ibhamu wasethola iminyaka emibili phakathi ejele, kanti ke eleshumi nanye 11 nalo ke liphathelene neibhamu futhi wathola khona ke iminyaka ewu15 phakathi ejele. Kwase kuthi ke elilandelayo icala count 12 nalo ke futhi kwakuyicala eliphathelene nazo ibhamu inkantolo yasimnikeza-ke iminyaka emibili phakathi ejele. Iwona-ke lawo amacala ayiwathwesiwe yena-ke uQiniselane Buthelezi, wase futhi elahlwa yiwona-ke lawo macala lawo enkantolo.
Okay.
Kanye futhi-ke nodaba-ke lwestatement lesiya befisa ukuthi-ke sifunde yena-ke uMr. Msipile ku-exhibit U kuyashiwo-ke ukuthi leso statement leso ngaphambilini sasifundiwe-ke inkantolo igwema nje ukuthi-ke sasesifundiwe-ke nkathi uMr. Mngomezulu ehloma yena-ke ubrigadier ngemibuzo ukuthi manje sesiphinde futhi sifunde leso statement kodwa-ke safundwa-ke sonke ngaphambilini.
Yes, so what do we do now?
My Lord, I would request that we stand and then I resume my cross-examination on the two confession statements on Monday. On Monday, my Lord.
Are you available on Monday?
Yes, I am available on Monday, but Tuesday then I'm starting to write. But Monday I'll be here, my lord.
You are writing from Wednesday?
Yes.
I mean Tuesday, Wednesday?
So Tuesday and Wednesday I'm not available, my lord. I'm available on Thursday. Friday I'm not available, and that other Monday. But after that other Monday, then I'm available all the way. So the last module is on the 25th.
Ngiyacela-ke baba Msipile ukuthi-ke ngoba-ke manje usefuna uqala-ke imibuzo mayelana-ke nazo itatimende lezi kuthiwa-ke umsolo wesibili wagonyuluka-ke kuzona. Ngiyacela-ke ukuthi manje ahlehliswe-ke icala kuze kube ngumsombuluko.
Okay, fine. For those reasons, then we shall postpone the case to Monday, 10 o'clock.
Ngalezo izathu-ke sokuya ngumsombuluko ngo-10.
Thank you, my lord.